What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab. Me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster in Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm continuing on this kind of little mini-series that I just kind of happened upon by accident. And the best things happen that way, often. So, it isn't going to surprise too many people, but because it's a lot of old cards, so it's going to be a short one. That, you know, I'll preface with that. What I just did with the Azorius Mill brew that came out a couple days back, that is, the title was, Is This Still the Best? And it's essentially playing 0, maybe 1 new card, and it's to prove a point. It's a point I'm trying to make, or, you know, just to start a discussion in the comments about the thing that I complain about probably the most when I'm in one of my salty moods, the freaking 3-year rotation decision. And for those of you who are struggling to keep up with this deluge of product and keeping up with the standard as a format in general, you know, you're not like, you know, content creators. We have to put in a bit of money. We play so much that I almost always don't really need to put that much in, and I have the full set on day one. But for a lot of people that play Arena, probably the majority, there is a big problem with trying to keep up with the economy and make your deck competitive. So I get that aspect of the 3-year rotation, because those people get to play with the cards that they worked so hard to get pretty quickly. So what else? Conversely, the point I'm really trying to make tonight is that there is versions of the decks that we're playing, all of the content creators and the meta setters and the, you know, the pros and that are playing today with the updated cards are often because we're trying to put new cards from the new set in the decks to keep the videos interesting and fresh. But they're really often either unnecessary, a little bit forced into the deck just for the case of showcasing it, and then when you when you play the older version, you end up getting the same win rates, if not better. So it's really just a matter of like novelty than exact, you know, superior card than one that was in its slot in the previous versions of the deck. So back to my movie titles, or, you know, video titles over the next little while. It's going to be, is this still the best? We're looking at Mono Red, and it's one of the cards that I like. You know, I'm very bored of Kamigawa at this point, but this is one card that I just always have loved, and I don't have that same like ugh when I see it in you know, the Wandering Emperor, for example. So still the best. And of course, we're talking about Thundering Raiju. Most decks I see, they don't play up to 4 anymore. It's much lower to the ground. There's more 2-drops, more 1-drops, Phoenix Chicks and whatnot. I'm playing 61 cards, 20, 21, 22, 23 lands. And we got full playset of Thundering Raiju at the top end. And I guess slightly different from earlier versions, I've just snuck in 1 Breeches. Like, it's probably what was the one more when I was building. You could totally cut Breeches, but it has been pretty nice when I do get it. Some of these little abilities here, stopping somebody from blocking, making a little extra treasure, finding some cards off the top. Nice. But then, like in the Azorius Control Brew from just the other day, the only one full playset of a new card. In the case of the Azorius Brew, it was No More Lies, the new counterspell, and now we've got Fugitive Codebreaker here in the 2-drop slot instead of, say, something like Felden or the Scoundrel, which I kind of hate. So yeah, I really like the Codebreaker, and then with the disguise thing, it can end up being a little card advantage when you need it in the late game. But like I said, the rest of the cards, I mean, most of this, it's stuff from older versions of Mono Red. Okay, Monstrous Rage, not a big, in terms of your budget as well. It's uncommon. Like, the rest of the cards, other than Fugitive Codebreaker, everybody should have. So you could totally just switch this out and put in, like, 3 Feldens and 1, I don't know, I mean, there's so many options. 3 Feldons and 1 Shivan, no, sorry, Invasion of Tarkir. And then you cut another land or something, or 1 Raiju and put in, or cut Breeches and put in like 1 Shivan Devastator, which I'm always a fan of. But I just want, this particular video is about making a point about Thundering Raiju, like, and all the versions of Mono Red that still thrash. So I want to show you guys some stats at the end. I'm on a bit of a tear. I think I'm 13 and 4 or something like that. So almost into Diamond 1. Just sliced through Diamond with this deck this morning. Just sat down, boop, 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 boop. So fingers crossed, no streamer's curse. Also, like when you know, for me, when my time zones, I can tell when it's different areas playing. Like now I've got a lot of Japanese opponents at this time of the evening. Kind of getting pretty late nightish, actually. We just need a 2-drop. Unfortunately, we're on the draw, but that gives us a chance to find a 2-drop. But hand with Breeches in it. Rare for me to put 61 cards in a deck, but oh, is this seriously gonna be? Okay, it's just humans, straight up humans. No 2-drop. Could be Naya. Oh no. Rearing its ugly head again. This deck is insanely strong, especially against what we're trying to do. Pardon? Yeah, I think we can pretty much just concede here. If I top deck a what's it called? Witchstalker Frenzy. I know enough. I've played this enough. Damn it. Goes to D1. Work, unfortunately, in the background, as always, guys, lately. I'm gonna try my best to find little spaces where I'll be bothered less. But as the manager of a pretty big hotel, I'm always on call, pretty much 24/7. So first game, Adeline. That's a card from, that's going to go in after rotation that I'm not going to miss. Adeline, Wandering Emperor. Farewell. What else is leaving that I'm really complaining about often? Unfall Stain. Another 1.5 years or something. Oh, more. What's with these terrible hands? Streamers curse people. Okay. Better. Sorry, Raiju, you're going to the bottom. But double Swifty into Monstrous Rage is a very common broken opener from Mono Red, especially against what appears to be Azorius at first glance. Ooh, okay. See what it is, actually. It could be soldiers still, like, who knows. But I guess we just have to take the chance here. And even if it's a counter spell, at least we get the prowess triggers. If it's a removal spell, he'll go for the 1. But giving Mono Red some map tokens isn't a great idea. This is the one, like, surge. Okay. Not enough. Land. Oh my. Okay, I can't bottom another one, can I? Yes, I can. I have to. I need I need mana. I need freaking mana. Because now it's Wandering Emperor time. Like, ready to bet big money. So, at least he'll be forced to take Squee out. Probably. Now Emperor. I wish there was a barf emoji. Sleep emoji doesn't quite cut it for me. It's definitely more of a barf-inducing card this than anything else. He's got it. Okay, Raiju is gonna have to be our trump card. There's the first. So then we just swing and wait to see where the blocks go, if any. At least there's no Wandering Emperor to worry about. Of course, we go for this. So we get some additional damage through. That's also fine. It forced him to put it on, you see? Like, at least Swifty got through. Ooh. Goes down to 2 mana. Forced to draw during his turn. That's never a good thing. Go Raiju. Okay. It's risky. I think what I'm actually going to do is... Yeah, I mean, he could have another normalize. So I think I'd rather just do this. Swing. Ooh, that's lovely. And then get the cost reduction here. And if he doesn't have the counter, then it's at least 5. Oof. And then we've got options for next turn. We can either go with Lightning Strike straight away. There's no better feeling. Like, either like on their end, I've talked about this a little bit on X, quite vocal over the last couple of days. Like, you know, when you're playing red aggro against Azorius, and you're just like, every time you don't want to look because it's going to be that Sunfall coming or whatever, and you just manage to just grab enough hasty threats off the top, and you push through. And conversely, on the other end, if he had now found like the perfect answer or whatever that is, because we hadn't, but you know what I'm saying, and then from like 3 points of life, you just like convinced the mono red opponent that it's time to concede. They're both just incredible feelings. To me, it's like beating mono blue with Haughty Jin, or the other day when I milled 100 card pile of trash with my mill deck. You know, feels so good. Real kind of eggplant emoji, splash emoji vibes. How are we doing for time? I was just match 2. Fantastic. I'll jump into some stats, as I often do after this one, guys. I said earlier in the introduction as well, but I can't believe some of the runs I managed to go on sometimes. It just feels like I'm unbeatable. Another, like, I mean, I've had a couple of 10, I had a 10 for 1, like 13 for 2, like all this season. Oh, on the draw, Kumano into Swifty, into Kumano into Swifty. That is just gross. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. This is my favorite matchup, actually, with mono red. And if you get it lucky enough, oof. Oof. Okay, now it has to be Swifty into Kumano. Apply more board pressure. Every turn just becomes about math. You need to be bracing and putting out more damage than the opponent does. And with those really close mono red mirrors, when you're the one on the draw or something, you have to like think about every blocker am I holding, every point counts. This is terrible for me. Holding counts, block. I mean, what? More bodies, and then we just hold up a lightning strike with all these prowess creatures. Maybe we can draw like I don't know. Monstrous Rage. This is the god. This so between my version that I'm playing now, kind of more going heavily into the Thundering Raijus. Then there was this Godric stuff. I can do 2 spells. Cost reduction. Lightning strike. Witchstalker Frenzy is freaking nutty. It's even really decent in the mirror because they're often attacking with a lot of creatures. It's great against Boros Convoke. I totally missed that one during the spoilers for Wilds of Eldraine. But honestly, it's become like a staple. And you still run into plenty of like Golgari mid-range mono black with 3-4 copies of Sheoldred or like even some that Dross thing. Archfiend of the Dross. Miko. Come on, let's go Diamond 1 on camera. Woo! That's the good stuff. Just need some interaction. But we're on the draw again, and Breeches, one of. Let's go. Couldn't get to put him to good use last time. This algorithm, like the chance, you have a much higher chance of finding a 1-of in your opening hand in your deck than a 4-of. It feels like sometimes. It's bonkers. You want to be sure to draw a certain card in your deck, just play like one of them. Okay. No point in attacking with Swifty, but this is great. And then putting counters on Breeches with Thundering Raiju. And then let us not forget that modified, it's also auras. So the roll token that gets put on to Swifty Boy or whatever from Monstrous Rage. Right? This is just the worst. Freaking hate this matchup. It's become like the one that I run into now more than push, without shadow of a doubt. Alright, so we're forced to just play out Breeches and chill. Kind of flooding a bit here, but let's see. I guess you can play that case of the whatever and just get rid of Breeches, which would suck. That card's so nice, that case. I want to play it more. I wish I didn't think Selesnya Enchantments was so meh, because that seems like a pretty obvious card. Oh. Okay. He's obviously got the you know what. But I think we don't swing with Swifty yet. Yeah, it's a Thundering Raiju. I know, you haven't seen one in years. And then we go boom, boom, boom. Because he's going to bust out those, what are they called? Resolute Reinforcements is coming down. Can't block with your 3-4, which is a great thing with Breeches in this particular matchup. Oh, what a ass. Okay. Better than nothing. Wow, that's a rare inclusion for this deck. I think we may still have this if we find some trample. They just go so wide. Okay, he's bringing in the dude. The Convoke dude. Now he's going to go in the air with the Warden. Imagine we find Monstrous Rage. Sorry, Witchstalker. It's the only thing that's going to save us. Definitely couldn't have a single piece of interaction in the top 15. No, 9. Alright, we lose. Oh wait, yeah. Thanks. Ugh. And the thing is, no worries. Rotation comes, Boros Convoke's going nowhere. It's gonna be like what? It loses the Voldaren Epicure and some lands. I guess we'll get some new ones in the sets before then to replace the, you know, the chill lands and the boss lands and all that. They'll lose what else? That's it. Everything else is a newish card. Even the Convoke Nightman, which is arguably the biggest problem, or the main reason why, you know, the deck is called that. Imidane Recruiter is sticking around. The Vampire thing that makes a little bat, like the new War Leader's Call. It's all new stuff. So the Boros Convoke's going nowhere. It might even get upgrades between now and rotation. But it has forced a huge shift in the meta, like, and brought Azorius Control back to the forefront. I think it's been good, and like the thing is, I love it. It's a really good deck to play. I enjoy it. I play it off camera often, but you know, it's one of those things. Again, as a content creator, I have to put it out early because it's obviously like, whoa. I knew the moment I saw Wally this ball, and then I don't get to play it again because everybody's either done it or there's nothing new, and then it ends up just becoming the deck I hate playing against. He's playing Broker's Sleeves, but he's playing Gruul Prowess. Probably, yeah. The Ruiner. Like it was. I still get to keep 2 player with fires. This is one of the better decks from last season for me. Just, wow. Wish we had Kumano to nullify this dude. I mean, you know what I mean. You know what? Let's see if he has. I didn't see any being held up like Tamios or whatever, but it could be. He's got just removal of his own. Cool. Fantastic. He's got 2 of them. Only on Arena, mate. This stuff is nuts. A dude with Brokers. Also, like, that's an uncommon card to play in that list. I would have not played my land first. Swings. Of course, he'll take out Squee instead of going face because of the command. Sense. Found nothing. You found nothing. Maybe some removal. Okay. Ooh, Squee number 2. More bodies. Let's go. We're still on 13. So we put him in top deck mode while he's forced to hold back blockers. Okay. Nice. That's 5 minimum we're taking, but we've got to play. Love it. You had the 2 Witchstalker Frenzies, I had the 2 play with. Okay, we creeping. What's the time? I mean, you know, how many? Okay. Come on. We can still get my wish of hitting B1 on camera. It's totally doable. I haven't seen much of Raiju. Again, it's kind of streamer's curse stuff. It was fundamental in the opening match, like this morning, and you know, I'll show you the stats soon. Freaking shredded. Like, so nice to have him back. And like I said, the reason why I thought about it was because the Monstrous Rage roll token is an aura which counts as modifying. So then I thought that plus the old school adversary that puts a counter on itself on turn 5 and all of that, plus Kumano modifying something on 2 most times. Paolo Limiti, are you my countryman? What a hand. We just need one more creature off the top and we're looking groovy. Unfortunately, we're on the draw this time. Of course, the draw-win difference with mono red is just ridiculous. This looks like either the deck that tries to just loot away everything, or it's just give me a mid-range or give me a tempo, which is really hard for me to play against him with any deck. Or, you know, make this appear as... it's the looting. So we can, you know, if he has a suboptimal draw, we can definitely punish him and close the game. Except we were on the... It's another 6 damage face. Just in hand. And he's probably gonna, like, do this turn where he just Collector's Bolt something. And then you'll probably have... what's the name of that spell? Bitter Triumph. But that does set the opponent back significantly. I think we're good. I think we're probably just good. This is a great little card for this deck, though, because it's another free-weighted discard, potentially. Oof. I think we're good. Unless he does the thing next turn, we should be good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. On the dot. Broken is Monstrous Rage. How broken is Monstrous Rage? What the hell? Winning in. Let's go. Final match of the night. If whatever happens, this is it. So then it's stats after this. Leave in the heart of the cards, baby. Let's go. We got this. Defining and enforcing the extensive legal code by which all of Ravnica abides. The Azorius Senate. Oh my god, sounds like a bunch of old men with beards. Don't walk on my lawn. You can't do that. The fun police, essentially. Says the guy who put up an Azorius control deck 2 days ago. But you know what I mean. I guess MMR pretty early in the month. I'm still like, I got paired against number 3 Mythic yesterday. It was Mojo with some crazy list that he made up. There's a whole video about it. You can also go check out MTG Joe, who does the meta breakdowns weekly for standard and whatnot. On the play, think we got this. Come on, baby. Also, it looks like the opponent's playing mono red. Just end off in a little mirror where we get to start. Double spelling. Hopefully draw into some big or beefy bodies. Yes, we need the 4th land for Raiju. I guess we just fire off another. The opponent. Six. Could just be a counter spell, unfortunately. But if he's a bad player, he'll like use the mana to draw off blue. Or I guess you can just give me some map tokens for next turn. Go to 1. Anything off the top from on red will polish you off, my friend. Wandering Emperor is a problem, but if we find one more creature and we get to swing, we win. Because he's got some removal, I think. Must be, right? Imagine we top it. Oof, you win. That's it. Let me swing, please. I really want to show you how I never didn't have it. Whoa. Baby. What's the date? It's the 3rd? No, the 5th. I slowed down a bit on Sunday and stuff. I wasn't playing much, but spent some time with the kids, but it was pretty good. Little print screen for the social medias. And as promised, let's jump into some stats quick. Has the latest match been registered? No, not yet. There we go. 13 for 5 this morning. An overall 17 for 5 score. And 5-0 against the Mishra. Mono red Mishra master. Alright, and also really like the undefeated against the Azorius stat. That's just beautiful. 3-2 against Boros Convoke. It is a problematic brew. But anyway, nothing new here. It's just mono red. I wanted to prove those points I mentioned earlier in the introduction. And now jumping back into the deck with some final thoughts. I think maybe just can cut whatever, like basically the stuff I said in the beginning. There's some, if budget is an issue, cut the code breakers, put in the stuff you've got. There's so many 2-drops that are goodish, like Felton, like the Scoundrel, blah blah blah. And then you could definitely consider putting in, like, I really love putting in 1 Tarkir, 1 Shivan Devastator in my mono red decks. And then if you don't have Breeches, it's not essential. And as you see, still just, if played proper, if you can play, if this is your play style, like it is mine, then the win rate's still just ridiculous. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be seeing you all in the next one, continuing on this little Still Is the Best little series with a fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.